My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire, the high Ascension grind with the silent. Ooh, hot off the back of that sweet 19 win. We're gonna move into our 20th here, hopefully. Enemies in X3 combats have 1 HP. Every time I see that, my eyes light up. And it looks like it's likely to get 1 elite max here. Ooh, yikes. We're also guaranteed to fight an early elite, so we are going to need an early aggressive option. Lest we, immediately die versus pretty much any of them. This path has an early elite and then a second one. This one over here has actually 3 midline rests, 4 end question marks, a choice to go to a shop, and only the 1 early elite. It also... This is something I don't usually talk about in my pathing, but it also has 4 normal combats, and after every normal combat, you are guaranteed a card selection, so that's 12 different cards I get to look at before I have to go for an early elite. That seems pretty good. Unfortunately, Obtain a Curse is just... It's so rough. See, enemies in your next 3 combats have 1 HP. That's not really going to be that huge for us, right? Because it's just going to be normal combats. Remove a card from your deck. I've been trying to stay away from most removal options, at the very least in the early game, so that I don't get screwed over by deck junking or deck trashing options. We've got a Guardian at the end here, so we also need to be pretty defensive as well. And obtain a random rare relic is great, but obtaining a curse is really rough. Because it can be clumsy. That's easy, right? Clumsy is effectively just like another Ascender's Bane in my deck, except it can be removed. But it could also be Pain, or Regret. And either of those turn up and we get like a bad rare relic, and well, that's an extremely sad time. Damn it, if this was literally just choose a card to add to your deck, I'd take it. I think I'm going to take the risk, because I don't want to risk my starting relic, just get it swapped out for the bell or something like that and just immediately lose the run. So I'll do this one, which is a little more limited. It's still got the ability to be ridiculously good or ridiculously bad. That's ridiculously good. So Parasite doesn't have any effect. It's just effectively like an injury with the negative effect of 3 max HP removal when you lose it. But Tough Bandages immediately allows me to start focusing on a lot of discard cards for way more power than they usually would provide. Oh, hell yeah. Turn 2 lethal. Dex Potion. Damn. Okay, so Acrobatics is good because of the Tough Bandages and because I have a curse as well, so I have a card that I'm actively wanting to discard. But I need to be able to take out an elite, and I also need to be able to take out the Guardian at the end. So I'm thinking I take the Deadly Poison so that I just have something to rely on for those fights. I don't ultimately have to draft entirely into that, but at least I have the option. And it's also worth noting, it's not good against all of the enemies. I mean, it's specifically Deadly Poison in particular. For elite hunting, is only really going to help us against the Lagavulin. Against the others, it could be considered a liability. Against the sentries, because they have, the artifacting. Oh gosh. I actually may take Sucker Punch here as well, just for more offensive potential against the first elite. Yes, the sentries have artifacts, and the Gremlin Knob obviously discourages the playing of skills. We do want to try and get rid of that Parasite from the deck because it is a dead draw and we don't have the ability to benefit from discarding it often enough for it to be a benefit. Cool. See, I kind of want to take Concentrate here. Now, Concentrate is not good yet, but if I get expertise, or if I get even an acrobatics, the concentrate and the acrobatics together allow me to draw a lot of cards, discard a lot of cards, and gain energy. I get to curate my hand, gain energy, and block at the same time because of the discarding. This is going to be a really rough fight. So Sucker Punch Strike kills the back line. Unfortunately, I know that these fat gremlins in this mode also make me frail, which is really rough. I'm going to Sucker Punch Strike the back line. Get that damage out of here immediately. All of my attacks past this point are going to be maximum 4 damage, because I'm going to be weakened. I mean, both of these fat gremlins are going to hit me this turn regardless of what I do, right? So I'm going to have 2 stacks of weak and 2 stacks of frail, which basically implies that before the end of this match, I am, or rather until the end of this match, I am going to be both weak and frail. How does that change my play? So if I strike you right now, you go down to 8. Actually do that. I'll strike you, then concentrate for a bunch of block. And since you're on 8, I now have the ability to double strike you next turn for the kill. Deadly Poison is actually really powerful here, but I don't get to use it for its full power because grumble, grumble, grumble. I just need to take a target out. I have to use a strike here. Again, it's a situation of setting them to a point where 2 strikes will kill them. This was an insanely rough fight, and I still have the elite after this. Thankfully, I've got the Dex potion, so that can help us with the elite, but it also might not. I could play the defend or not play the defend, and I get the same amount of block. There go the gremlins. Yikes. Dagger throw. Provides 3 block as well as all of its other effects. We now have more discard synergy in the deck, so we can probably take regret. And I'm glad we did. When adding cards to your deck, you may gain 2 max HP instead, courtesy of our friend and occasional lover, the Sing-Time Ball. Sing-Time Ball? Did I... Cancel the episode. I called it the wrong name. Oops. The Sing-Time Ball. Gosh, that's like calling out the wrong name during particularly intimate times, effectively for me. No. Yeah, this fight is probably over. It's got a little bit more of a lifeline right now. But gosh, next turn's gonna suck. Yeah, because you're no longer weakened. And yeah, I just don't have the defensive potency to stay alive here. Hey, there we go. That's the absolute best I could have defended for on that turn. I also couldn't have even killed that turn. Gremlin Knob is the worst that I could have fought there. Having the gremlins before it, that was really bad as well. The problem is, if I didn't rest, or rather, if I didn't upgrade the Deadly Poison in that position, I believe I would have died to the Lagavulin. So the consideration was, I need the extra poison damage on this, at the risk of the Gremlin Knob in the next space. And, I got the Gremlin Knob. Sometimes that happens. 15 damage is a lot, but being able to choose a rare card is also really powerful. I have the option to avoid all elites here on the first floor as well. I can get 2 midline rests as well as a late shot. That's actually really good. Okay. Well, if I take Tools of the Trade, I can just draft a discard synergy deck. Getting it this early allows me to confidently do that. That's really bad. I'm exactly 1 damage short of being able to kill the frontliner. It's just really rough. Yay, 6 damage. 6 damage I desperately did not want to take there. Okay, so Poison Stab is actually more effective in the early game against early elites than Deadly Poison. Wait, no, I'm not going for early elites. I don't have to take any of these. What would I want? Because a discard deck isn't really its own payoff. The problem with discard decks for me is that the elements of a discard deck that pay off are really minor and or unworkable without discard synergy. So, like, you can splash a poison card like Corpse Explosion into a non-poison build, but you can't splash Eviscerate in any other build. It has to be a heavy discard build. And Eviscerate itself isn't even that powerful. It can be, but by baseline, not really. So if the discard deck doesn't have its own payoff, you need to get some other way to deal damage in there as well. Or some other overwhelming value. I think I want to go for the Deadly Poison. Like, I guess a discard deck can win just by having overwhelming value courtesy of, you know, discarding Tactician and Reflex and having a bunch of cards and a bunch of draw, right? But I'm looking for the cohesive. Although, I guess, if I've ever been taught anything in this game, specifically with respect to High Ascension, it's stop looking for the cohesive. Just make janky stuff work. My High Ascension victories have typically just been, this janky thing worked. Accept 1 damage this turn, because I know it's only getting worse from here. Discard, defend, sure. No, I don't have to accept any damage this turn. Still got 3 strikes left in my deck, I believe. No, 2. 3. Never mind. That's okay, I don't have to be able to count. Footwork is really powerful. See, the problem is, we're in Ascension 20, so I know that double boss means that the bosses at the end of Ascension 20, it is my understanding, have to be unique from one another. So we basically have to prepare with almost certainty in our mind that we're fighting any of the 3 options, because we're probably going to be fighting any individual one of them. So I don't want to draft a whole bunch of powers and then get to the Awakened one and go, oh, we lost because we got the Awakened one. Because most of the time we were going to have to fight the Awakened one, right? It's only a third of the time I'd get to miss them. Same for Donu and Decker, same for the Time Lord. And for that reason, I'm a little hesitant to put a bunch of powers in the same deck. But I think 2 is okay. Shouldn't let it get that much higher. With Tools of the Trade, taking the Curse of Doubt here isn't that big of an issue. The reason in particular there is just because I can discard it whenever it comes up. I still want cards like Reflex and Tactician though, dang it. Come on, video game, give me the things. Got him. Good lord, who's our boss? Hexaghost. Leg Sweep's insane. So is Piercing Wail against Hexaghost, but Leg Sweep's way better against most other things that I'll be fighting soon. Okay, so we're super early on in the game, and especially with the inclusion of that Leg Sweep, energy cost is like a real big issue for us. So I think I'll take Tools of the Trade. If I was planning on going for this elite, then I think I would have prioritized something. God dang it. This combat is just really not good in High Ascension. I have to say, I am thoroughly underwhelmed. If I don't kill that gremlin wizard, I die. I just do. That just happens. Oh, great. You got protected, of course. Thankfully, you aren't acting this turn. I probably don't have time to play Footwork. I can't get any damage through that Gremlin Wizard right now. Okay, here's the absolute best I can do. Killing the sneaky Gremlin, accepting another 5. You protect the same target again with another 11. This is actually straight up more difficult than an elite fight for me right now. Oh, am I dead? I am. Yep. This is why I was targeting the Gremlin leader immediately at the start. That combat, because each and every one of them is a more powerful version of the individual base minion, it just stacks to become completely unmanageable. I don't think either of these losses were extraordinarily avoidable. I think anytime you look at any, particularly long set of decisions, you will find a better decision to be made at some point there. But I still think I've been applying reasonable fundamentals, so I don't think it's like tilty. Sometimes you get bad luck. All right. 3 random push. See, there's the ability to go for like 4 elites over here, and every single time I see a path like that, I wish this was not a high Ascension episode buzzer goes off in my brain, because that's like 1 normal combat, 4 elites, 1 midline rest, 1 shop. That's insane. So many question marks, so many elites. I mean, I can start going down that line and then just dip out afterwards, and that's not even bad. It does take an early elite. Having 3 potions makes early elites much more manageable. Sure. I don't negotiate with smoke bombs. I can't afford to lose that much value by just dipping. Get him! Got him. Sure. Okay. Power potion might actually be worth. I don't know if I'm poison stab or deadly poison. The fact that this is my end boss would tend to imply I should go deadly poison. That is to say, the Guardian is my end boss for this floor, so stacking a large amount of poison on them is more important than hitting them with attacks, and you don't want to hit them with attacks, you want to hit them with skills, right? So, take the deadly poison. Fear Potion's unlikely to make a huge difference in an elite fight, whereas a Power Potion will. Is that true? This makes no difference against Sentry. Against Gremlin Knob, it's impactful, though. The Power Potion obviously depends on what it hits, though. Damn, I really want the Power Potion, because it can just be so nice. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to rely on what got me here. I'm going to dance with the person who brought me. Hey, all right. That was that was like a really, really, really good draw there. Could have accomplished basically anything I wanted. Flying me, Predator, or Backflip. I could take any of these and be pretty damn happy about it. Because we have the possibility of going for an early elite, I think the Predator in particular can be quite powerful. That also just ups the power level of this Fear Potion. I don't have any discard synergy in this deck yet, so... Although I do have a shop in a couple spaces, so I could remove the Regret. Okay. Ornamental Fan, really, really, really powerful. Every time we play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. So we are going to want an increased amount of low-cost attacks. All right, I'm very high HP here, but the thing is, usually this... I think the Statistical average is you have to hit this 3 times, and it would be 5, 6, 7. So what? It's 11, 18. I'm willing to do that. Damn it. All right. Hey, whoo! Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power, a random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. We still don't want to overload on powers for the same reason I said last time about the Awakened one and the double boss, but that is a very, very powerful thing. Gosh. Card removal of the Regret. Take a Footwork. That, all right, that whole chain worked out amazingly for me. And I think I desperately need to use both of these potions in this combat overall. Okay. And with that extra draw, hell yeah. All right, that worked out amazingly. The boot, whenever you would deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increase it to 5. Dodge and roll appeals, because we have footwork in particular. I need to upgrade Predator. We need to have the extra damage on it if we even want to consider going for extra elites. See, if I go for an extra elite here, it locks me into going for 2 extra elites. I think instead I'll go up this way, and then I can decide if I want 2 extra elites or 1 extra elite or none, right? I leave all of my options to later so that I can be much more flexible. This deck could totally now support Shivs, just as a product of the Ornamental Fan pickup. So 3, so what, you've got 20, you've got 30 HP that target does right now. And I can deal 26. So I'm saying they've got 30 HP because they've got 21 after the poison ticks, and then they've got their 9. It's basically just so I can check whether or not I can just throw Predator at them. I can't. I could have made it likely that that would have discounted the cost of Predator, but I still would have wanted to play. I still would have wanted to have played the Defend afterwards. But at the very least, it makes the Predator playable. Like, I didn't save 2 energy with that in that turn, but I did save 1. It was fine. Quick Slash, Eviscerate, and Reflex. Probably none. Strawberry for 7 max HP. I actually feel pretty good about that. Smith here, a Deadly Poison. Okay. Yikes. Do I want to take this? With that Predator, it's not that bad. Okay. It depends how, you know, the fight opens in particular as to how well this goes, but we'll see. Mm-hmm. So my instinct is drop Predator and the strike on the Fungi Beast in the center, but then I become vulnerable. The frontliner is suddenly dealing 16 damage and the backline is dealing 9. 16 and 9 is 25. Overwhelms my block easily. Removes 1 target from the board, but that is pretty low. I can achieve the same effect, that is to say 1 powered up Fungi Beast off the field by strike, defend. I have 13 defense then, and the same 25 coming in. I think that's the absolute best that I can get as a result, though. In terms of my HP after this turn. So there's the 16, there's the 9. Those were both things I was pretty aware of and pretty worried about coming into this fight, but also, if I'm not going to be fighting elites, I do want to get some value somewhere. Okay. Okay, good. Cloak and Dagger is actually nice, with the Ornamental Fan in particular. Smith. No. Very much hoping this wasn't a horrible decision that turns out to be the end of me. Alright, good. And got him. See, it's so much more manageable when it's just the two of them. Sucker Punch, Poison Stab, Sneaky Strike. I can't really fit any of those in right now. Not with the Guardian coming up. I would love to. I have so many high quality upgrades in my deck, but that would instantly kill me. This fight's gonna be weird. We're almost certainly taking the 36 this turn as well, yeah. Because, what, you've got 26? 20... Exact damage, hell yeah. What? Deadly Poison, Defense. Hey, and then I can Cloak and Dagger Shiv, get a little bit extra damage in there. Ouch. That said, that 20 damage is pretty important, but more important than that is drawing a lot of my deck a lot of the time so that I can very, very quickly try and get back to my Deadly Poison, which is the only thing that is capable of keeping me alive through this entire ordeal. Also, Predator is providing me with defensive options for my next turn by just drawing me into them. It's always nice. Okay, I think with Predator, I actually just kill next turn anyway. It's my full defense, and then we draw Deadly Poison, which has been early upgraded, and there we go. Bye-bye, Guardian. Hey, we actually managed to make it out of the first floor. I know. I don't believe it either. Bullet time. We have energy problems. Not being able to rest is rough. You know what? Let's take Runic Pyramid. Runic Pyramid Bullet Time. Runic Pyramid Bullet Time Predator. Because I also want my potions. So Sozu's rough. I also want to rest. Sure. You know what? Yes. Runic Pyramid. I need more draw in this deck. And I also need another copy of Bullet Times. And then I don't really know how it's going to work still. But we'll see. Let's think. What elites can we take out this round? I would... Oh, you know what? With the Runic Pyramid, if the Book of Stabbing ever damages me, it puts a wound into my deck. And that wound will go into my hand and will never leave it. So we probably can't fight any elites this floor, just courtesy of the fact that the Book of Stabbing exists. Now, the thing is, with the Bullet Time, I also have to play cards basically just to get them out of my hand to make space for other cards later. Yeah, I should have played both of those other defense last turn as well. Yeah, because you can see I'm getting overdrawn this turn as well. And this is the exact position I don't want to be stuck in, where I keep overdrawing. Just becomes a whole chain of lost value. Yep. There we go. If we can get another upgraded Predator in this deck, it will run so much more smoothly. All right, there we go. Game's over. Nothing to see here. Although, I'm just gonna build a ridiculous amount of defense. Flying knee. Yeah, seems useful. Quick slash isn't. Poison stabbed is. We want more expensive cards. We want cards with a concentrated effect, basically. We want a lot of effects on a singular card. I'm not going to be full attacking this turn, so I'm not going to be using that strike. Yeah, because I don't want to take that 21. I'll play the defend, but not the survivor. I still want the survivor. Especially because I'm not going to be frail next turn. I think it's just Predator, Neutralize, Survivor. And then next turn, we'll have 9 cards in hand for this bullet time. Let's think of the cards that we want. Dash? Oh, I would kill for Dash. Backflip Plus. I kind of want Terror more than Backflip Plus. Part of the reasoning behind that is just it's a kind of offensive upgrade for me. Backflip Plus is nice before bullet time, but because we don't have 4 energy, we can't play anything before bullet time. I guess you can use it just to continue drawing. You know what? Yeah, it's just a dex cycle. It just increases my dex cycle. There's the second Predator. All right, cool. Escape plan. Do I want that? Because I actually think I might want to start removing cards that have low cost. Yeah, I think I do, because then I like, at this point, it's easier for me to increase the incidence of drawing these Predators by removing cards than it is to do it by getting more Predators. Yeah, not a huge fan of the fact that that turn, well, basically sucked as bad as it did, but hey, happens. Yeah, it's a situation of no good options right now there. Yikes. And then immediately end this turn so I can get my regen before they poison. Even Blade Dance, even despite the Ornamental Fan, I'm not certain I want Blade Dance. I gotta be realistic with myself for a second here. Can I kill these before they kill me? Depends how early I draw my bullet time, right? But the thing is, if I get their mask, it makes my life so much easier. We're going to be hit with the debuff from Bear, so we've lost 4 decks there, which is, I need not tell you, pretty rough. We got one of them down really early there, which is nice. So how much damage do we have totaled up, right? 18, 20, so 18, 20 is 38, plus 7. So 45. If we do it with strike against bear, then the boot will activate on the second strike. So I'll get 3 more damage, so I can go up to 48, and then I'm still short on being able to kill bear. So that means that the target I should kill this turn is the pointy. Is there any way I can kill bear? So strike, you go down to 35. And then I've got 20, 26, 32. No. Wait. 32. Oh no, but I've used 2 strikes already. So it's actually just Predator and then strike. So 60. Yeah, we are exactly short by 1. Right? Gosh, no, I hope I'm not doing this. Attack, 35, 15. Yeah, it's 15 and I only have 13 damage. Cannot kill that target. Good. Now that that is perfectly clear in my head, it is time to defend as best I can. You can see how that sentence got screwed up there. Alright, good. This red mask could be really helpful. That's why I took the fight. Red mask, of course, is at the start of each combat, apply 1 weak to all enemies. Calculated gamble for this deck? Kind of, because we retain it when we don't play it, and we can just use it to cycle back to the bullet time as quickly as possible. It does mean the bullet time goes off a little less hard, but, you know, you gotta trade, gotta break a couple eggs to make a couple cakes. This is just definitely upgrade all strikes and defense. I would have loved to play Predator that turn to get a bigger bullet time turn this turn, but... Ooh. And it looks like I get the opportunity to do so. On a turn's delay, basically. Alright. Bullet time, Predator... Yeah, I've got a Predator in my next hand, right? Yeah, cool. I'll play that as well. So my next hand's going to be like 8 large. Mm-hmm. Do I think I can kill the Centurion with this? You've got 32 HP, so we've got 12 15s, 27. No, that's not enough. All right. Calculated gamble. Hey, look, we've got bullet time as well as a Predator as well as like a bunch of block. That's why calculated gamble is a thing that might work in this deck. It does have to be a one of, but it is pretty damn effective at doing what I want it to. Would not you say? Would not you say? There's no way, there's literally no possibility that this Mystic ever manages to damage me past this point. Yeah, so I was okay with throwing away both of those defends. Lay dance, dagger, spray, poisons. No. See, I want to keep the Ancient Potion for the possibility of Speed Potion, right? But Liquid Bronze can't be particularly impactful for me because I go off really quickly, so we'll take the regen. And that's why I love that relic. Cool. Fine. Well, here goes the Ancient Potion, unfortunately. Didn't want to use it this turn, but didn't also... Or rather, also did not get a choice. The Chosen needs to die. Like, real quickly. I don't think they go to try and hex you again, but... Either way, I'm still kind of terrified of this Chosen. I figured that only a bullet time turn is really going to allow us to put the bird on the... Both my calculated gamble and bullet time are in the exact bottom of the deck. Just in case you're wondering if there was a thing that I feared happening, That would have been it. Good lord. So how many cards am I drawing next turn? I'm drawing 7. So I want 3 in hand, so we'll just play these. This gives me the ability to count gamble for an entire... well, ish. Entirely ish new hand. Alright. That fight went a lot better than I really thought it could have. Let's talk about dead draws. Wraith Form is going to be a dead draw for me a lot of the time, but because of the Runic Pyramid, it's a dead draw once. Or actually, no, it's a dead draw a couple of times because we have the Calculated Gamble in the deck in particular. Now, the reason is because if I don't play this and then win in the next 2 turns, I have lost. But I have heard the ridiculous hype for this card. And it can get me through the Hyper Beam turn. So I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, this first bullet time is going to be really small, but... this next hand is going to suck. Oh my god, do I already have to Wraith Form? No, I die if I Wraith Form here. Deadly Poison neutralize. Backflip's also good defense. Neutralize on the front line to lower the overall damage incoming this turn. And then, I guess, defend again. Ouch. The problem with bullet time here is it's accomplishing nothing. I think I'm actually just gonna attack these couple times. Hold the bullet time. I think, again, I am going to hold. Because I'm going to be fully defended on whatever turn I play bullet time on now. So I should make sure it's a turn that's worthy of it. Or rather, that needs the defense. Yep, that was a lot of incoming damage. Okay, good. There's the Wraith Form. I'm gonna count gamble that. Now we're getting some serious damage in on the main target. Dodge and roll this turn. Got 2 extra cards next turn, cool. We might start being able to pivot just for the Gremlin leader here. It's the goal, at least. Please get me... Ooh. That all kind of works, but the Count Gamble guarantees me a pretty damn good turn. And there goes the Gremlin leader. We did take a lot of damage in this combat, but I still feel pretty good about it. Art of War. If you don't play any attacks during your turn, gain an extra energy next turn. Is that usable for us? Not really. All right. The funny thing is, Eviscerate might actually be playable in this deck, because we don't play, like, Predators unless we have the cost reduction. So Eviscerate might just be a 0 cost, 8 damage 3 times card. Crippling Cloud provides weakness in AoE as well, which is currently something this deck does not have. That's very big. I have no clue how we're going to win that boss fight, but I'm game. Okay. Great form in hands. Great. Just making sure I don't use any of the resources that I desperately don't need to, or rather, use any of the resources that I don't desperately need to. And we're good. Whew. All right. So it's just the Hyper Beam now that I have to worry about this floor. Acrobatics, Piercing Whale, Sucker Punch. No. I'm looking for the more expensive cards that the Silent has, but they're just not coming to me. I would love to upgrade something here, but it's rest time. Wraithform is very early here. Sure, can't gamble because I know that there's still a Predator in the deck. Hey, one of you is going to take my Ascender's Bane, and then the other one's going to have to take something else. So you're going to take the Ascender's Bane, so you want to live for longer. Nice. That actually saves me having to draw that Ascender's Bane. It is such... such a handy thing for them to be doing for me. Oh, you took the Wraith form. I don't even want that yet. You've made my deck so much better by doing those. I really appreciate it. You've done me a great service. If only this deck also had tough bandages, this would be insane. Unfortunately, I still hate this hand. Okay. I'm gonna have to play the Wraith form on a turn where our boss here has decided to Hyper Beam. That just seems like essential. Is it? Because I think I died the Bronze Automaton if I do that. I could count gamble here looking for neutralize deadly poison bullet time. I think I have to. So we deadly poison you so that we can weaken you. And then we will just full defend. Well, full-ish. Oh no, full defend actually. Alright. I don't know when to play this Wraith form. I don't even know if I can. All these low-cost cards just keep building up in my hand. You can never really play them. Cool. I need fewer low-cost cards, dang it. I also need to leave this neutralized in hand because I know that next turn the Bronze Automaton is going to be attacking again. That is to say, I know they're going to be doing the hyper. Oh, wow. A huge attack. particular. I don't actually have much in the way of defensive cards in my deck if I happen to calculate a gamble right now. I think it might be time to Wraith Form. I calculated gamble at the end of that turn because most of the cards in my hand were defensive. I don't want defensive cards. I now want every aggressive card. Which also means I play every defensive card so they don't just accumulate in my hand. Here's another Hyper Beam attack. Great. You don't get stunned the turn after Hyper Beam, unfortunately. I know that both of my Predators are still in my deck. I'm very much hoping I draw more than that this turn. Oh well. This was basically the final turn that I was going to be capable of defending myself. So I think I played the Wraith Form on the right turn. Oh god. 1,000 cards Doppelganger Tools of the Trade. Tools of the Trade cycles me through my deck a lot quicker, so I get back to my bullet time a lot faster and stuff like that. But the thing is, I'm overdrawing a lot of the time as well, so Tools of the Trade might actually be a reduction in my overall hand size. 1,000 cuts. I play a lot of cards on the turns that go off, and 1,000 cuts is quite expensive. I don't have much AoE. I think I might take 1,000 cuts and upgrade it. And here it's definitely empty cage. I need to get those low-cost cards out of my deck. The defends are actually quite powerful with the footworks, but neutralize is rough. It might just be like 2 strikes that get removed. Survivor is nice for the ability to remove something else from my hand, especially considering deck trashing comes up. I'm going to remove 1 single defend, 1 single strike. Okay, Dono and Deck are up first. Dono and Deck are going to be a problem. After that, I desperately want it to be the Awakened one. This deck can, because of the Runic Pyramid in particular, can meter how many cards it plays each turn so that I can still play a reasonable game against the Time Eater, but the Awakened one, we have 3 powers, and that's like 9 strength, if I recall correctly. There is an elite free path, which, thank gosh, because... yeah, like early deck trashing. Like, if the Orb Walkers did nothing but put burns in my deck, I lose. That's the end of that fight, I lose. Cool. Oh, hey, they gain strength now. Fancy. Well, I shouldn't have underestimated them. That seems to be my bad at this point. Ow. That hurt a lot. I can save 3 damage with this explosive potion, but I have a feeling it's going to be much more useful later. And we should be killing everyone next time now. Yep. That'll do it. We want that 1,000 cuts upgrade really quickly as well. Dagger Throw, but the thing is, Dagger Throw is only good if it's played before the bullet time, otherwise it's just discard a card. It's like a survivor. Transform a card, sure. Masterful Stab. Bad, very bad for my deck. Madness is good if I hit bullet time, but bullet time wants to be in a large hand, so it's not going to likely be hit. Other than that, bad, so we'll remove the max HP there. Nice. Whew, this one's gonna be rough. Okay, I want to thin this hand down now. Good. Okay, bullet time, 1,000 cuts. I actually think I Wraith Form now as well. One down. I'm gonna draw 9 cards this upcoming turn. The AoE overall is how I care to... the AoE and poison in particular is how I'm going to take care of the Spiker in the front line. So I still think I played the first attack on the right turn there. Yeah. Yeah. All's good works out in the end. Piercing Whale is pretty good against Donu and Decker. It's a little too good to turn down there. Hell yeah! Get me bullet time. It's, I don't know what the bullet time was like where you grew up, but that's not a bullet time. This, however, is. And I would very much like if I could have my Predators in the hand while I play it. There's one of them. This'll do. 1,000 cards obviously should have been at the start of that entire combo. My apologies. Wraith Form and Calculated Gamble are both just options that I have in my deck that I just kind of leave there. They're not relevant until they suddenly are very relevant and way too relevant, if anything. This is a 3 energy deck, by the way. We have no energy relics. It's a little bit badass. If I want to be fully defended this turn, there's only one way to do it. It's Wraith Form. Alright, I'm gonna cat gamble. Yeah, we're not gonna be fully defended. Damn. The other possibility was drawing a neutralize, by the way. The Maw is getting very strong. It is becoming a problem. What have you got? 60 damage coming in this turn? No, thank you. Alright, Wraith Form time. And next turn is my final turn to kill. I think I'm reasonably kind of estimating how lethal my deck is. Getting the attacks in at the right time. Yeah, 1,000 cards desperately needs an upgrade. I am very glad I upgraded 1,000 cards before specifically this combat. Oh my gosh, this explosive potion. Oh, yeah. Oh, the upgrade. All right. I still don't want a bullet time yet. Bullet time got cost 0 as a result of that. Damn. Okay. Good lord. I think just by playing out my hand here will be fine. Two damage this turn, but got the Predator entirely ready. Calculated gamble for the bullet time as well as at least one Predator. Oh yeah. That's the damage right there. Strength potion. Very, very, very good for that final combat. Yeah. I was worried about that. I was thinking that both of the powers being played would lower the cost of defensive cards, but unfortunately not both of them did. I was banking a little too much on something that I could not have been sure of in any way. It is definitely bullet time Wraith form now, because now I don't have to care about this Exploder at all. Although I do believe it's just going to die over the combo of this turn, but yeah, not a single care. Because it was going to explode that turn and deal 30 damage to me. Dex Potion, sure. Makes our earlier fight a lot better. Infinite Blades, no. It's like the hand space is an issue for us with this deck currently. Tori, whenever you receive Fireball less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1. The Regal Pillow may actually be the one we want here. So hear me out. Currently, I have the ability to go more aggressive and more defensive in certain combats. I could go Steroid Potion Ancient, but that just means one combat will have 5 strength. This gives me the ability to get 2 strength or 2 dex on whatever combat I think needs it. If I take the Regal Pillow here, I only have to rest 1 time in the next 2 rest spaces, which means I basically buy an upgrade. Yeah. Oh, whoa. Ha. Yikes. Thankfully, there's only one of them trashing my deck, which is nice. But unfortunately, there is one of them trashing my deck, which is not that nice. So what, that's 17, 11. So yeah, that's enough. Explode it down. Cool. The fact that we already have the Wraith form in hand means that pretty much at any time we can just decide that I don't really care how much damage they do, which we've already decided now, it looks like. Well, I will discard the Ascender's Bane there just for the extra 1,000 cuts trigger so that the deck doesn't continue to get trashed. So I effectively trashed my own deck by 1 card so that it would not be trashed by more than 1 card. Taking 2 damage here, effectively to guarantee that next turn everyone's dead. And that'll do it. Okay, final will be a shot. Hey, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Secret weapon isn't like I can use it to dig for predator, but I also just have the predators, and it would cost an upgrade to be able to do it more than once. Like, it doesn't seem that powerful. The bag of marbles applying 1 vulnerability at the start of combat seems surprisingly useful, just for the removal of artifacting from Donu and Decker. I also do kind of want the footworks. But the thing is, like, I have 3 powers in the deck, right? After this, we might have the enemy. Do I need to go more aggressive or defensive than Dono Decker fight? I think I need to be more defensive in the Dono Decker fight. Taking footworks in the bag of marbles. Which means that the upgrade here, like, unquestionably goes on footwork. So I don't know whether or not I need the strength potion or the dex potion this fight. If it's the if it's the Time Lord after this, I need the strength potion there. Okay. I feel like that gets at a pretty core truth of the deck right now. If it's that boss afterwards, I do need it. So we will just be fully defending this turn. Thank you for the 2 days. Really pleased about it. Very much appreciative. I mean, 24 block on a turn that didn't have that much block at all. Surprisingly good. Wraith Form is way too early. I can't play it. You just lowered the cost of Wraith Form. Game. You have to know that I am incapable of playing that right now. Alright, I know that my next hand is going to go off, so... yeah. There's no other ordering consideration. Okay, that's fine. I'm defending for 16, so I guess I'm actually piercing wailing this turn. Yeah, because otherwise I'm just not defending for enough. Right. Yeah, we are far from Wraith Form. If I had a Corpse Explosion on Donu, then I would feel much more comfortable Wraith Forming early, but we don't. Take a look at the gamble next turn without the bullet time. Never mind, we do have the bullet time. Cool. Some bad news about this hand. Looking a lot like the Wraith Form hand. No. Still got Decker on the field. After we get Donu down, we can start considering the Wraith Form. So if I actually just play all of those defense, we're fine. Good. That means I can spend all of my damage focusing on Donu. Yeah, I think we're just going to be a little short of where we want to be. Well, Donu is now dead. That's good. I am very, very poorly off in terms of my HP. That's bad. Wraith Form's left in the deck. I want to play it on a turn where the enemy is attacking. Because then it defends me against 2 of their attacks. The current one and the next. I can still naturally defend this turn, though. It's just defend, deadly poison. Took only 1 damage that turn. That's pretty good. Yup. And yeah, I think it's time to get that that Wraith Form out on the field. I also need to start working through your plated armor, because good lord, that is really not great for us. I guess I at the very least play that. Yikes, that is a lot of plated armor. 2, 3. Oh, I might have Wraith Formed way too early. So this is the final turn of immunity I have. Yeah, with that plated block, life is just really rough for us. All right, I'm actually going to calculate a gamble because I want a better hand than that when I'm bullet time. This works. Deadly poison, defend. I'm playing all of those options first so that then Predator and Neutralize both remove some defense there. Or rather, some of the plated armor. So it looks like we will win this fight, I think. Actually, you know what? It's still in flux. It is just patently insane how well Decker... Oh no. Oh no. I made a bad decision a very long time ago and I've only just figured it out. The artifacting that I was offered in the store... was actually just an opportunity for me to offset the negative of Wraith Form in one of these combats. And I failed it. Damn it. Damn it! Alright, I'm gonna block twice and attack once. So 2 damage comes through, only 1 of them hits me because of the Torii, and it leaves the Piercing Wail in the deck. The Piercing Wail is very powerful against the Time Eater, so having the ability to take that later is pretty good. All the time here is fine. Yep. Cut off my time. The enemy's attack there was really rough. Because we've not hit any of our weakness yet or any of our decks, it might now be Wraith Form time. Like, I think I'm not dead this turn without it, but I think I'm dead very quickly thereafter without it. Just so you know, I wasn't actually trying to play that turn. I was trying to play the Wraith Form, which sucks, but I don't think it ultimately changes the thing, because there was another play I was considering that I'm kind of equally happy to do, although I still wouldn't have played Survivor yet, so... Oops. Okay, there we go. All worked out in the end. And now we're definitely dead. Yeah. I think as soon as the Time Eater here purged, because of the early, because of not getting specifically the footworks early, like both of them were in the very, very, very bottom of the deck. Because we didn't get either of them early, and because the deck has 1 bullet time, but so many of these other cards, the cycle was really slow because the powers were on the bottom of the deck. In fact, Wraith Form was also on the bottom of the deck. Crippling Cloud was on the bottom of the deck. The exhaust cards in general, the weaken cards as well, all on the bottom of the deck. The early hands really, really, really sucked in that fight. Playing Wraith Form would have kept me alive right up until after the Purge in the center of that fight. Then I would have died. I'm pretty much certain of that. Well, for the moment, my name is Rhapsody, and the name of the game has been Slay the Spire. That has been another attempt at Ascension 20. It went okay-ish, I guess. We got to the first boss, and then beat them, and then got to the second boss, and then died. So that seems like a pretty good sea change from not being able to leave the first floor. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.